All righty, so we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, welcome to Navigating the Unknown. I'm going to start that again. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'll edit that out. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to Navigating the Unknown. This is a series in which we will highlight and feature some wonderful, fabulous, amazing people in our country, both in our country and internationally, stroke survivors. We want them to tell their stories, tell how they overcome, and really try to provide some help and some guidance and some hope to other stroke survivors who could potentially be in the same and similar situations. So today I'm so blessed to have Miss Katie Brooks. Hi, Katie.
Hello, hello.
That's today. So, Katie, thank you so very much for joining. Tell us a little bit about your story.
So I actually have a very, I won't say very unique, because after it's happened, I've gotten more insight that it's actually happening more. But I went to a chiropractor. Actually, I thought I had a pinched nerve. You know how you just got a crook in your neck or something. And my friend said, "Oh, you should go to this chiropractor. He's really good." I said, "Okay, fine." You know, after few days went by, I said, let me go. My neck is hurting pretty bad. I went the first day. He took some x-rays and he said, "Okay, yeah, you have you could use this service pretty much." The second time I went, he adjusted my neck and snapped it. Like, I heard like 4 pops one way and 1 pop that way, typical, I guess, adjustment, until like 10, 15 minutes later. I was sitting there and then all of a sudden, felt like my head was on fire. It's just like pain. I can't even describe it. It was horrible. And then I pretty much went to a full-blown stroke right there in the chiropractor office on the table. My whole right side just dropped. Like, my mouth started drooling, my arms, just like everything on the right side just felt like it just dropped. And probably it took like 30 minutes for the ambulance to get there, and they took me to U of L and found out I had a stroke. And immediately when I got there, they administered this clot buster that actually is like a new medicine they, I guess, just tried, but it ended up pretty much saved my life, and probably responsible for a lot of my progress I've made so quickly. But I went to chiropractor and that's how I had a stroke. So that's pretty much what happened.
Okay, and Katie, what's your stroke date? When did you have the stroke?
My stroke happened on June 19th, 2020.
2020. Okay,
Yep.
And you are, I'm sorry, I should have asked you, what can you give us your city and state? Where are you from too?
I'm sorry, I'm in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate it. All right, so outside of that, you went to the chiropractor. So what kind of symptoms did you have that even caused you to go there?
I had pain in my neck and just a aching pain, which I feel like I've had before, because just having a bad back, like a pinched nerve, like you sleep wrong and you got a crook in your neck, and it lasted a little longer than usual. So I just went for that and thought it would help.
Now, did you have a blood clot?
From what they're telling me, I had a vertebral dissection that ended up shooting a blood clot to my head. To my brain.
So what location was it? Where was your clot?
Brainstem.
Okay.
It went to my brainstem.
Okay. Do you have any family history of stroke?
I'm actually the only person in my family that as we all know, that's had a stroke. Great for me.
No high blood pressure issues. No. Okay. Wow. So what was the most challenging part of your journey? What has been the most difficult part?
Um, Walking and walking just, I guess would say normal has been the biggest challenge for me. The challenge that's lasted the longest. I've had many different health challenges since then. Because of the nerve damages, I got trigeminal neuralgia, so I have chronic pain where it feels like pretty much from here to here and or here to here most days. Feels like I have like acid on my face all day, every day. Um, there's not much they can do about it. I have different treatments, like I get injections probably every 6 weeks in my face and across the back of my neck to their trigger point injections to kind of ease the pain. Um, but that's been ongoing struggle. It's gotten a little better. I don't know if I'm just kind of getting used to the pain, but that uh, walking, weight gain, just trying to get a normal life back from what I used to have, pretty much everything that comes with that.
Gotcha. What about, did you do any rehab, or what was your shoot, rehabilitation process? Sorry, I was going to get that out today. But what was your process look like?
When I was in the hospital for a month, I got physical therapy in there. After, I think the first time I walked was 2.5 weeks after my stroke, was my first time getting up and realizing I had to learn how to walk. After that, I came home because insurance issues. It took about 3 months for me to get into a rehab facility. So they just sent in-home care. Rehab, physical therapy, pretty much just basics. But I didn't actually get into a rehab facility where it's still outpatient, probably about 3 months after that. And I'm still off and on with rehab physical therapy right now.
Did you have to have anything? Was your speech impacted? Did
Yes.
You have occupational?
I've had occupational as well. My right side vocal cords are paralyzed. So I had to get injections, which one side, your vocal cords are like this, one side is paralyzed. So the injections help them meet so I can talk regular and swallow. I did have to get speech therapy and occupational therapy for my vision. It looks like I can see regular, but my vision still is a little blurry, and it's hard for me to look from one point to the next regular. It takes just some time for my eyes to kind of adjust. So yeah.
So did you have to do speech therapy?
Yes.
You did. How long were you in speech therapy?
I was in speech therapy probably about a month.
Okay.
It's probably about a month.
Occupational therapy?
I'm sorry?
Did you do occupational therapy?
Yes. Occupational therapy I did for about probably 3 to 6 months.
Okay, 3 to 6 months. What about driving? Let me ask, how long did it take for you to drive?
It took probably almost a year for me to drive. Safely alone. And I still don't drive. It's been 2 years. I still don't drive a lot by myself. Like at night, I try not to drive at all. Early in the morning when I first get up, I can't really drive. I don't trust myself to drive that much because it takes a while for my eyes and my body to adjust in the morning. I'm dizzy, fatigued every morning. So I still drive now, but just depending on how I feel.
So speaking of that, do you deal with any vertigo?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yes. Very bad. Every day.
What about aphasia?
Not too much.
Not too much. Okay, and for the persons watching, in case you are unaware of what aphasia is, the simplest way and the simplest term or simplest um, thing I can give to you without giving you a medical term for it, aphasia is when I look outside and I know for a fact that the sky is blue.
Mm-hmm.
But Katie, I don't know. You might ask me what color is the sky, and I say purple. I know for a fact it's not purple.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact it's blue. I'm looking at it and I see that it's blue, but purple comes out and I have no idea why.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way that, I guess I can kind of describe what aphasia is, and why I have no idea why it's like that, but it is something about the brain composition and what
Yeah.
the brain has done.
It says something else than what you're thinking.
Yeah, it is. Anything is liable. I mean, red can come out. We all know the sky's not red. I have no idea. And then I'm so shocked at myself because I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe it. So, Katie, what kind of hope? I know, like, having a stroke and surviving a stroke. Of course, it's like a blessing and a curse, right? Of course, we're blessed and we're so grateful that this situation we were able to come through, we were able to survive. But at the same time, honestly, it's depressing, right? We lost our old self, we lost our old life, and it's really really hard when you try to, because you can't explain it. You don't wish this on anyone, but at the same time, you can't explain the type of loss and everything you have gone through. So, what kind of hope can you give to other stroke survivors who are out there, who look like us, who are young, who really feel like they have their entire life ahead of them, but they just don't know how to move forward?
I would say it is just like a next chapter in your life that now you kind of can be creative with. When I looked at my old life, I had a business, I had, my health, I had so many things that I grieved when I realized that this journey was going to be a lot more difficult and longer and different than I initially thought. But now I get to find different and deeper passion and love for myself. Like I'm more creative also now because I don't have like then, it was easier. I thought I had everything figured out, and now I get to dig a little deeper. Like it's more spiritual for me. I've definitely got more spiritual, just finding like a deeper meaning to life and being able to the strength, I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. I thought that I was strong before, but now on the worst days, I'm like, it can't get any worse than this. And the next day I go from hopeless to, wow, it might not have been so bad after all. And it gives you more hope and just more strength every day to go on. And you think that you won't make such progress, but you start noticing little progress. And I think when you find out how strong you are, it kind of gives you hope that you don't know. It's kind of like limitless. You don't know. There's a lot more possibilities that you know now because it kind of helps you tap a little deeper into yourself.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to ask, I'm trying to think, are there still some things currently that you cannot do that you used to do, that you wish you could do?
So many things, but I'm working on them. I know we're talking, I still hope to be able to wear my heels again one day. I still, that is like the biggest thing for me. My balance is so crazy. I used to say I walk like a toddler sometimes, but I'm getting better. So when I am able to do so, I would love to be able to wear heels. I would love to be able to go out in crowds and not feel like I'm in the twilight zone just because so much things around me, it's kind of hard to see. So big crowds I kind of stray away from those things. It makes me sweat, it makes me nervous, but those two things I think I look forward to being able to do again.
Mhm. Yes, and I'll piggyback on that. First of all, we don't wear heels in here. I don't know,
we are,
but
we are one day soon.
tell you about these heels. So and how I don't know when I'm able to wear heels again. Uh, you're not
Yes.
gonna tell me anything. First of all,
Nothing's off the table right now.
nothing. Nothing. So I get it wholeheartedly because honestly, I deal with the same anxiety, especially with big crowds. I really deal with that also. Like if I'm at a concert or somewhere, I have to make sure that my seats are close to the aisle. Because
Mhm.
if I'm inside the aisle, I panic because I don't know if something happens, I don't know how to get out. Um, so I'm with you. I'm always the type now where I love sitting in the back. I cannot sit on the
Oh
floor.
yeah.
It's too much, and mentally, my mind, my head cannot take it.
No, I
So,
just
yeah, I'm with you. But my biggest thing, my biggest goal, honestly, I'm trying to get in those hills.
oh
You know,
my gosh.
I
It's
know.
like I can't wait. I wouldn't even want to admit to you that I'm sitting in this interview right now with heels on that I can't even walk in as we speak. But but it's okay. One day I'll be walking in them outside this house. So
I know.
practice makes perfect.
I'm like, man, I see some women. I walk that's walking down the street or walking somewhere, and they get on these. I'm like, gosh, so cute.
I'm telling you, one day we will. And that's the thing. They say a lot of with the stroke, it's the repetitive things. You keep doing it over and over, and it's like retraining your mind. And that's one of the things that I'm going to keep doing. I feel like if I keep walking around the house in them, one day it'll be from my room to the dining room, from the dining room to the kitchen, and then out the door. So
People
hopefully.
looking at you crazy. Your kids looking at you crazy in the house, like, why do you have on these shoes?
They're like, Mama. I'm like, just, you know what? They've seen a lot of crazy stuff right now. From me scaling the walls, trying to walk, and now I'm walking around hills. I'm wobbling in them, but I'm not falling. So they proud of me.
That is all that matters. That's all that matters. So, anything else you want to share with our audience here?
I think that I like to share that just don't set time limits on your progress or your goals. So many times in the beginning of this, it was all about time limits. If you're not doing this by this time, if you're not doing this by this time, and that can make you really, it could really make it hard for you to, it could really turn down your confidence as far as ever getting to a point of, you'll never be it's like you create a new normal for yourself. You don't look forward to, say I want to be normal again. It's just your new normal. Don't set time limits. Just keep focusing, and it could take, one of your goals could take few months. One of them, some may take years, but as long as you don't set a time limit on yourself to get better or get better at whatever you're trying to do, just keep every day, just give it all you got, and you'll be surprised one day something you thought that would not come back, a sense or ability, you'll notice that something changed. You are getting better. So just don't set time limits on your recovery. Just make it a lifelong goal to just continue to get better and keep striving, because it is possible. It definitely is.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up. Because if you go to the doctors, your neurologist, and I mean, I'm so grateful for them. I'm so appreciative of them. But it's almost like they tell you that you have this 6-month window from the date of your stroke for 6 months, and where you come and how much progress you made in those 6 months. It's kind of like that's it, and that you can't do anything beyond 6 months. I've been almost 4 years away from my stroke, and I'm still doing things. that
That's
I
right.
never thought I was going to be able to do a year ago.
That's awesome.
So I
Yes.
will not ever put, I'm so glad you brought that up, to not put time limits on anything, because you just never know. We never know. We're not in charge of this thing.
You're absolutely
You
right.
just never know. Um,
Yes.
you just never know. And there's so much growth that, can happen. So,
Definitely.
Katie, I do want to thank you for being our special guest
Thank
today.
you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yes, on Navigating the Unknown. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like and share this. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
That is awesome. That's so good.